want to talk a little bit today about dinosaurs, and the question I'm asking is: are dinosaurs still alive? You talk to most people, especially evolutionists, and they'll tell you, dinosaurs died out millions of years ago, and all that. But I believe there's plenty of evidence that there's dinosaurs still alive on Earth today. Although of course not nearly as many. After the flood, which was about 4,400 years ago, the oxygen content pretty much it changed after that, so it didn't support enough oxygen for a lot of the bigger dinosaurs to live, so a lot of them died off, and also man had a lot of part in killing them off. And also man didn't live as long after the flood, and they didn't grow to be the same size also after the flood. So actually the word dinosaur wasn't around until like 1841 is when that was invented. If you were to look in some of the old like encyclopedias 300 years ago, they told you even back then that dinosaurs were still alive, although rare, but they said that they still do exist. There are actually plenty of verses in the Bible that actually refers to dinosaurs. It refers to them as dragons and so forth. But if you read, like Job 40 and 41, or even Isaiah 27:1, Isaiah 36, and Isaiah 35:7, it all takes place in there where it talks about dinosaurs still roaming the earth. What's interesting is this is a secular book. I found this in some thrift store, but it's kind of a kid's book, but it's written from a secular point of view. And even in this book it talks about are there still dinosaurs in Africa, where it does say there's a possibility here that where it does have several eyewitnesses of some of that dinosaurs still being alive over in the Congo. If you can take a look at some of these pictures, I mean, you can find some of these on the internet here, where I don't know if you can see this or not, but I know this picture here was taken 77 by a Japanese fishing boat, and actually in Japan, after that happened, they actually made a stamp about that, postage stamp. So some of the scientists try to say, oh, that's a basking shark. I mean, man, you have to be pretty stupid to believe that. Here we can see the long neck, and I can clearly see flippers right there, which to me that would indicate a plesiosaur there. So see some other pictures here of different things. Now this isn't a dinosaur, but this was a type of shark that scientists said became extinct millions of years ago, and here we got one right here. If you've studied very much cryptozoology, you can see, I mean, there are a lot of things out there that although hidden, that they still do exist, no doubt. Also, there was a case was heard about in 1962 in Pensacola Harbor, where 4 different boys were eaten by a plesiosaur. One of them survived after the incident. He kind of became an alcoholic and did drugs. So I think some of it was because a lot of people didn't believe in what happened and all that. Talking about all the sightings here, what was it? Well over 11,000 sightings alone in Loch Ness, of the Loch Ness monster. Of course, a lot of those are probably fake. They didn't really see anything, but to discredit all 11,000 of them would be ridiculous. I used to live overseas out in Samoa, and who knows what on the parts of the island that's not even occupied. Who knows what's still alive out there, really? Because there are plenty of sightings around Australia and Papua New Guinea of dinosaurs, pterodactyls still being seen around there. You could even find pictures on the internet of people that actually shot down pterodactyls that are still living. So to say that they all died off millions of years ago would be pretty naive, I believe, when there's still plenty of evidence that there's dinosaurs still alive, and I don't believe that there's the T-Rex. I mean, some of the bigger dinosaurs I don't believe are alive anymore, but we do have some of the smaller ones and some of the flying ones, and especially some of the ones in the sea that are still alive, most definitely. One thing I was thinking about is, like, with alligators, crocodiles, and like Komodo dragons, had they been extinct right now, you would have saw, like, in your textbooks, that those were dinosaurs also. The reason why they're not considered that is because they're still alive, and you can see that. Now, had they been extinct, you would have seen them in your textbooks as just another extinct dinosaur also. So most definitely over in the Congo there is plenty of sightings still, and then I know some of the missionaries were talking about some of the people in their church that have killed the dinosaurs and eaten them. So there's definitely still some dinosaurs still alive on the earth, whether the scientists want to believe it or not.